Hello everybody, my name is Atari, and this is Mad Games Tycoon 2, episode 2 of my Sell as many consoles as possible challenge run. In episode 1, we unlocked console development. We made our first console, the Lucera VGS video game system. It's been out for a month, sales are solid, they're trending upward is nice. We also just released our first exclusive game for the console, Angel's Tears 4. Not selling really well right now, but the console exclusives early in the console life cycle, they're not going to sell great. Those early ones are all about getting people to buy the console, and then as more and more consoles get sold, later on, the exclusives we make later will start selling well. In theory, that's the hope anyway. I could, in theory, right now, make a handheld to go with it. But I'm gonna wait till we get some better tech, right? Like for example, there's been two pieces of memory. We have the second one unlocked, but everything else we still only have the first thing. So I'm gonna wait until we get at least a few of these higher level things, and then we will do our handheld, which should also help sell, right? In theory. So we're researching the action genre, and I think I'll actually wait till that's done, and maybe I'll put out an action game. Seems like a good idea. So we will need to make an engine for that. Well, we don't need to, but I'm going to. Nope, not update old, develop new. There you go. 2D block graphics, mono sound, boom. This will be for action. Oh, we're gonna have to make a strategy game too. And it will be for the Lucera VGS, and we will call this the Action Engine. I know, very imaginative name. It's fine. 5,000, 5%. All right, so we got this engine going, so we're going to make this game. We're going to keep just making exclusives. Although I do have to watch my money in the bank. I may have to occasionally put out a non-exclusive. I don't really want to. I'd like to do strictly exclusives. But if I do non-exclusive, it will be just for computers, for PC, for whichever Apple computer's out, right? I'm not going to put it for the other consoles because I'm trying to beat them in sales, right? And we need 100 million to buy this. We're not there yet. We're halfway there. One other thing I want to do is I'm going to look at probably buying some developers, some publishers. How much would they be if they're even selling? Oh, only 16 million. That's not too bad. But they reject all takeover offers. But we're going to try to buy somebody out eventually. I find the higher star rating you have, the easier it is to buy people out. Because I believe I can tell them any games they make, I can tell them to put them just for my consoles, right? So it's more exclusives, which will, again, help me drive sales. All right, so that is done. Not much else research going on. Let's get the workshop out of the way. All right, anyway, I'm going to make myself an action game and a strategy game, console exclusives. I'll check back in soon, see how sales are going, and hopefully our money is continuing to go up. Fingers crossed. All right, I'll be back. Okay, I got a couple new games out. I got my first ever racing game since it's the trend. I did my first ever action game. Angel Tears 4 continues to sell mediocrely. I know it's not really a word, but but it looks like it's going to get most of its money back. Not sure about these ones though. That's a lot. That's a big cost. But on the plus side, console sales are up, which is big. That's pretty important. And actually, you know what? 78 hype. Let's get that hype back up. Let's do a TV spot here for the VGS. I know it's expensive, but our money is going up despite the fact our game sales are not great. But we do still have these other games. So I'm thinking every like fourth or fifth game, I'm gonna have to do a non-exclusive just to make sure I have good money rolling in. Right? Maybe actually every fourth game. Maybe that'll be a general rule of thumb for now. But we'll see what happens long term. But right now we are gonna do, I think, an RPG next. Let's see. We haven't done an RPG lately, and it is popular at 80%. It's not super saturated. I could do strategy, but I mean, I just did two new genres. If I do an RPG, that allows us to do a sequel, which means we don't have to do as much marketing. So, lots of commission work. I need to get a second development team going. And the reason why I like to have two development teams. Is basically you have one team that does nothing but make new games, right? That's all they do. It's just game after game after game. Then your second team, they do your engine updates, they do your game updates, they do your commission work, right? They do all that grunt work. So that's ideally in a perfect world, that's what we're gonna have happen. But we got to get to that point. We're not there yet. So yeah, role playing, everything looks good. So once that's going, we'll put out another RPG. I think, like I said, this one is not going to be console exclusive. Because I need this money rolling in. I'm going to need this extra property because, I mean, if I use this for a secondary development for another development team, I'm going to need more space eventually, which means this is our only option for further space, right? Also, my console team is, of course, in training. They're just spamming the training. I operate under the assumption that there is diminishing returns on doing the same training over and over again. But, I mean, it is what it is. As long as they're getting something out of it. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, their skills are slowly creeping up, it seems. But, I mean, I don't have anything else for them to do. I mean, maybe there's commission work down here. No, there's not even any commission work, so. Alright, it is what it is. I'm going to, speaking of commission work, I'd like to have a second training room as well. Because, like, right now, sound team's not doing anything. It'd be good if we could just zip them into training, right? Since our console team is pretty much living in our training room. But we need this for that. And for that, we need a bunch more money. So, anyway, that's where we're at. So I'm going to get this RPG out. There hasn't been any further console tech come down yet. So we're no closer to a handheld. As much as I want to put one out now, I think I'm going to wait. Till at least a couple pieces of tech come out. We'll see. We'll see how patient I can be. Remains to be seen. Second development room has been made. Our main team that was in the other room, we moved them over here. And we hired a secondary team to work here. What could use an update here? First Fantasy 3. Which, by the way, was my first ever B+ size game. Well, first ever this run. Also had a 98% review score. Selling really well. Making me money. But my first console exclusive game, it is profitable. It's not very profitable, but it is profitable, and that was kind of like the bare minimum we wanted. Console sales aren't, they tumbled a bit there. I think it's just because it's summer right now. Minus 30% games and consoles sold, summer slump, and that's fine. But as you can see, we're making money here. So as long as we're making money off our consoles, and we'll do the occasional non-exclusive just to make sure we make some money. But once we get our second console going, once we get our handheld, then we can make manufacturer exclusives. And then eventually, once we get to the next tech level, and we make another stationary and another handheld, that means we can make, manufacturer exclusives, but we have 4 consoles, right? Potentially, if we want to, at that point, 2 of our consoles would be tech level 2, the other 2 would be tech level 1. If we want to go back and make a tech level 1 game, we could put it out for all 4 consoles, right? And I'm sure I'll mix in both tech level 2 and level 1 when I get to that point. But yeah, so there's this new graphics chip. I think there's a new sound chip too. Just working through this engine research first. And so as soon as we get that research done, we'll probably make a new console. So I'm just waiting. What am I waiting for? Not sure. I thought I was waiting to make a game. We're making an adventure game, I believe was the plan. Alien Quest 3. This has 1 IP value, which is nice. But I don't think this needs to be B+. So the thing is, B+ costs $150,000 extra, right? It takes a little longer to make, but also gives your people more time to make it good, right? But it's $150,000 extra. It also allows you to add more features, right? Which would be here. But an adventure game doesn't use every feature, right? We're at 7 of 10. If this was an RPG or an action game, we'd be at 11 of 10 right here. 11 out of 10. So we could go back, we could make it B+, include all the features. But an adventure game, just checking my sliders here, I'm pretty sure they're good. An adventure game isn't capped. So we're just going to make this size B, save the $150,000. And time as well. right? So, yeah, so that's where we're at. I would say when I come back, we'll be ready to make our first handheld. I'm looking forward to it. Hope you are too. My first console exclusive has fallen off the market. Angels Tears 4. I love this little thing though. It tells you exactly how many consoles it sold, right? Or it estimates. Through this game, it estimated almost 25,000 Lucera VGS were sold, which is a pretty good chunk considering, well, over 2 million now. Actually, let's take a look at that. I'm climbing up there, I feel. I mean, I'm nowhere near catching the Atari right now, but these ones, we're coming for them. Speaking of coming for stuff, I do believe I can make my handheld now. Well, let's look at it here. Let's look at it. New handheld. So we got a better chip. We got a memory processor. We already have a better main memory. We have a better graphics chip. We have a better sound chip. There's only ever one screen per tech level, so we can improve on that. That's as good as we can do there. Okay. I mean, I could wait for potential stuff to come in here, but I think I'm a little I want this out there. I want the Lucera Pocket to be on the market. Yeah, we can make this green. That works for me. And let's include a copy of the game that just came off the market, Angels Tears 4. Sure. It's a good game. Not that many people own it, right? So we'll add everything there. Looking good. I did my first add-on for my role-playing game. That's for all the systems. So yeah, so if I need to make profit quick, all I need to do is make a non-exclusive. Like that game made 12 million already. But like, you know, these games are profitable. Like this one here, Frogget 4. That's good sales for a console exclusive. I don't know what it is about that one in particular, but it's kind of jumping off the shelf. Actually, Dungeon Crawl, my first ever strategy game, also jumping off the shelf, which is great. It's just what we needed. I'm at 84 million, so I'll be able to buy this property soon. But actually, right now, let's see. Does anybody want to sell? Let's start with the smaller market sizes. See if any of these folks want to sell to us. Hey, look at that. Let's see if anybody else wants to sell. Nope. And yep. All right. So that'll be enough for now. I don't want to go too crazy. So we own 2 subsidiaries. So it costs us $200,000 a month, but we get profit from the games they put out. We can also improve their market size, especially like this one that only has 1. It's only 5 million. So let's do that. Let's do the settings. All right, so activity, publisher, developer, development time balanced, game size, genre, topic, use in-house engine. And they can use whatever engine. Self-publish, yes, they can self-publish. I can't publish, so I don't want to do that. Focus on IP. Only develop exclusive games for our own consoles. Or I can just tell them to focus. No, let's just make them do exclusives. I'm pretty sure that means my consoles. But we'll see. And we'll allow them to develop whatever. And I mean, like, arcade machine, mobile, retro. A lot of this stuff isn't even available yet. And then we will apply those settings to all our subsidiaries. Beautiful. All right, so we own 2 subsidiaries now. We'll see if that was a mistake, because the administration cost for that is high. But I think we'll be fine. All right, so we got to start marketing this. Is our marketing team free right now? Our marketing team is free. How about that? Share Pocket. Let's go. All right, so I'm gonna get this game out. Gonna get this console out. We'll see how good it ends up being. I expect it'll have a higher star rating and a higher, rating out of 10 than our first one did, just because of the better tech. Fingers crossed. We will see. But I'm looking forward to having 2 consoles out in the market. But yeah, sales are strong. I'm happy with my sales thus far. All right, I'll be back when this handheld is ready to go. Okay, my handheld is just about ready to go. Fortunately, we got it up to 100 hype. Because this game is for my handheld in addition to my other console.
and it's been ready to go for a long time, but you can't release it until this console's released. The reason why it says no lead designer to select it because I moved everybody out and I put them in training since the game was essentially done, which means there's no lead designer. But when you put everybody back in, it still says no lead designer selected. Anyway, not important. Important thing is my handheld is ready to go. All right, I'm hoping for at least 8.5 out of 10. 9. I'm thinking probably it's gonna be over 9. I sure hope anyway. Fingers are crossed. All right, and we're gonna hold it a $10 profit. I am gonna experiment with going even cheaper with my consoles, but not just yet. I think we'll just stay at that point for now. Huh. Only 8.1. Well, I'm a little disappointed in that. Hmm. Well, now I'm kind of sad. All right, well, I guess we can release this now. Because we've had it there forever. So we're getting better at all this engine stuff. Save games, split screen multiplayer, some of the new stuff we've unlocked. There we go. Both of my consoles. Beautiful. Holy crap, 98%. I mean, it was in the polished phase for way too long. So that makes sense. So now the question is, do I want to do... Yeah, I think I'll just do manufacturer exclusive for a couple of games, and then maybe I'll do an exclusive just for the Pocket to kind of drive sales of that. But the VGS is doing well. Well, let's take a look at the charts here. Am I up to second? I think I'm in third. Yeah, third, but I'm coming for second. I'll be in second soon. But I mean, we're closing the gap with the Atari, but I don't think I'll ever actually close it because my sales used to be 10% of its sales, and now they're up a bit better than 10%, right? They're like 15%. Not even, but we got a ways to go, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. But we're getting there. We're making progress. All right, I'm curious. How many sales is this Pocket gonna sell in week 1? Holy crap, 50,000. That's a good first week. That's a really good first week. One other thing I want to talk about. So I have 7 weeks left on my publisher exclusive contract. So when that ends, we have 3 options. We can re-sign the deal, do another publisher exclusive with them or with somebody else. We can self-publish games, but we would need to buy this space for that. How much of a loan could we get? The bank is willing to give us 30 million. So in theory, when the time comes, we could do that. We could self-publish. Or the other option is to buy out a higher end publisher, like Chadu, for example. They're 40 million. We can afford 40 million. Because when you own them, they give you $15 per copy, right? So basically, if you just go with whatever, you get $6, $7 per copy, right? If you sign exclusive, you get $10. If you own the company, you get 15. If you publish your own games, it's like $19, $20 per copy. But then you need the space, and it's a bunch of micromanaging, and it's annoying. And I don't want to publish my own games if I don't have to. Ooh, they want 60 million for theirs. They are willing to sell though. So the reason why they're more than them is I believe just based off like their IPs of their games. Like, okay, so they have 1.5, they have 1 star, a couple half stars. So you're looking at, it's what, 2.5, 3.5 total stars. And if you come over to Nanku and look at their IPs, no, that's not much better. It's more IPs, maybe? I don't know. I'm honestly not sure why one's more than the other. They're willing to sell for 55 million. Plus, it's Konami, which is basically Konami, which was a huge developer, publisher, whatever, back in the 80s. Like, I think it's kind of funny that I could buy Konami, right? Like, I get a kick out of that. So I'm going to buy them. And once our publisher exclusive ends, 7 months, we're just going to get Konami to to do it. All right, so what we need to do is we need to go into middle again. We got to go into studio settings or whoever and apply settings for all subsidiaries. So now Konami also will make games exclusively for my consoles, which is what we want. So I am going to make another, I'm going to make my first platformer, I believe was the plan, right? Because the achievement for having a platformer over 70%, I believe, is yes, 1% own consoles sold, which is what we want. So I'm going to make up a platformer, come back, we'll check in on our sales, and we'll see how we're doing. All right, quick update. I just want to talk about the Game Awards because like last year was similar. I almost swept the awards, and Take-Two was Publisher of the Year. Take-Two publishes my games. So in my mind, I essentially just swept the Mega Games Awards for the second year in a row. The other interesting thing about this is Best Graphics, Best Soundtrack, Game of the Year, 3 different games. All mine, but different games. So that's pretty cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Ooh, we're a popular game studio. We got random story events. We got simulation. So we got some researching to do. Yes, we do. Okay, what engine do we want to update now? What needs an update, I guess, is the other part of that question. Haven't done an adventure game in quite some time. Yeah, it's almost up to date. It's close. Didn't need a lot. What is my research team doing? They're going through topics. So let's put an end to that. And let's research, let's research the genre first. And my hardware, my console team continues to be in training. But they're getting really good at their jobs. Right? Like, so apparently training back to back to back to back to back to back to back. You get the idea. It does work. There may be diminishing returns, but you still definitely do get returns. And you notice these top 3 people, what they have in common? Talented employees learn faster. It definitely matters. And this person obviously, I think, came in quite a bit later. Right? But yeah. Talented matters. All right, continue development. Anyway, I just want to show the Game Awards because I was proud because literally it was the second year in a row where that happened, where I won everything except whatchamacallit, except Publisher of the Year, which was the publisher that published my game. So really, I mean, really I won. Really, I won everything. All right, so let's do a quick add-on here. I did one other. So this is an add-on that's for my game that's multi-system, not only my own. So this is just to help, make money for me. All right, so Frog at 4 off the market. Ooh, moved 71,000 consoles. It's quite a bit. The ones earlier were only moving like, 33,000. So that's quite a bit better. And sales are strong. Ooh, share pocket sales are sales are strong for both. I guess it is Christmas season. Christmas period, plus 50%. But still, I'm pretty happy about that. All right, so I will come back. I don't know what the next update will be. I don't know, whenever I got something cool to talk about, I guess. Okay, I have some things to talk about. First of all, I'm very happy. First Fantasy IV, which is an exclusive game. Over 1 million units sold, over 10 million in profit. And that's for an exclusive. That's huge. That means I can get by just off of exclusives. Like, this is a not exclusive. It's also made 10 million and is over 1 million, right? But that's big if we can do that. Although it is going to be tempting to do non-exclusives more often now that PC is out there. So let's ship this out. See what the review score is. Pirates of the Great Lakes 2, which I don't know. Pirates of the Caribbean, Pirates of the Great Lakes. I don't know. I thought it was funny. So our publisher exclusive contract is done as well. So we're going with Konami. So $15 profit, which is huge. It's way better than 10, right? Way better. This was exclusive just for the handheld. No, I did not do the VGS with this, just for one. I just wanted one to really help the sales, but I mean, not that it needs it. And plus, 100% market share. The other handheld, there was another handheld in the market. It is gone now.
94% review score. I just want to quickly show. Where's the screen here? PC. 64 million people have a PC. Right? Like, it's tempting, but I will occasionally dip into the PC market. But for the most part, I'm going to make stuff exclusive for my consoles still, because it can be profitable now. Speaking of consoles, we got some tech level 2 stuff coming in. We got the 8 kilobyte of, RAM, I guess. We got the case, both for the stationary and the handheld. And there's already a couple came in here, I think. We have, the heatsink, data carrier, and the cartridge. So once this is done, we'll have, most of the tech level 2 stuff. We'll just need a processor, graphics chips, and sound chip. I will probably wait for them, and then I'll make another stationary console. Because once that comes out, it will hurt the VGS's sales. But I'm pretty satisfied with the VGS's sales, honestly. Actually, I think. Wait, what happened here? How did it get ahead of me? How did it sell so much all of a sudden? Oh, it just came out. Damn it! It came out literally 2 months ago, May 1982. 2 months ago, and it sold 6 million. That's bull crap. Holy crap. What is this in real life? Is this like an Atari thing? I'm assuming it's the upgraded one. Like, I remember having an Atari 2600 when I was a kid. I don't know what an Atari 2640 is. But, that sucks. I mean, we're not going to catch them. You win this round, Atari. Nintendo will probably win the next round, but we got a base. We're gonna keep trying. We're gonna keep pushing it. Let's start training here again. Although they're getting to be pretty good, our hardware team. Some people are at max, like they don't need training anymore. All right, we still have some people that need it, but that'll help. Our next console will be even better, right? Let me know in the comments what I should call it. What should I call my next console? Give me some ideas. I'd love to hear them. But speaking of which, I think that'll be all for this episode. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Join my Discord. Follow me on Twitter. Consider supporting me on Patreon. Links in the description down below to all those. Most importantly, though, be good to each other. Have a great day. And I'll see you in the next one.